All right, guys, welcome back. Joining us in studio right now, we have Mr. John and Adam with Shadows on the Teche. Y'all, thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you for having us.
So for our friends at home that don't know much about Shadows on the Teche, who are you guys?
Well, the Shadows on the Teche is a plantation house museum built in 1834. What's unique about the site is that it's a former site of enslavement. It was acquired by gift by the National Trust for Historic Preservation in 1958. It opened in 1961, and we're located downtown New Iberia on Main Street.
Yeah, and you guys are getting ready for a brand new exhibit.
Brand new exhibit, yes. The exhibit is really, and it's the brainchild. Adam Foreman, our senior manager for interpretation and education, is the creator and curator of these exhibits. And it's really an extension of an initiative that started a little more than a year ago.
Yeah.
Last May, we reopened the Shadows with I guess you can call a reinterpretation, a more truthful, complete, and inclusive narrative of the history of the Shadows. And so these exhibits are really transforming the way in which we tell history.
And this is your brainchild, tell us.
There are 4 new exhibits that are opening in the Visitor Center, so it's directly across the street from the Shadows. We're opening on July 20th at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The first exhibit, A Picture Unbroken, is really a full look at the history of the Shadows from its founding all the way up through Jim Crow in Louisiana. Our second exhibition looks at some of the employees that helped Weeks Hall, who was the last owner of the house, really preserve the Plantation Museum. Then we have a really fun exhibit on Weeks Hall himself. And then our last exhibit covers the archaeology that happened on the site in the 1970s and 1980s. So we have some really neat artifacts that came out of the ground.
Why is it so important that we have this exhibit that kind of shows the history of the Shadows? Why is it so important that we are educating our community about this
Well,
place?
because it is the complete history of the site. The family that built the Shadows enslaved a number of people. They had children who later enslaved people. And until recently, that history, that complete history, was not told. It was limited to the story of David and Mary Weeks and their children. So now our narrative has shifted. And so we talk about the Weeks family, of course, but we also tell stories of the enslaved people. And the exhibits cover just a wide spectrum of history, from slavery to antebellum period, to Civil War, Reconstruction, Jim Crow era. And so a visitor can come into that space and visually see history, read history, and even listen to some degree to history. So it's powerful, it's very powerful.
You know, we don't stop with the Weeks family.
Yes.
You know, we go into regional and state history as well. So it's a really clear picture of life before our time. You know?
I think it's so important that you guys are bringing this to life. We are at a time, but July 20th, downtown New Iberia, Shadows on the Teche.
3 o'clock.
3
to
o'clock.
5.
Mark your calendars. We're going to put everything you need to know on our website, KABN.com. We'll be right back after this.